I watched this. Just. Ugh. It didn't even break. What's the point of life? So why did I watch this movie? Well, because I can. And sometimes you need to watch a bad movie to remind yourself what good movies are, because this is very far from it. No, the real reason is I like reviewing bad movies sometimes because it's fun. I like doing it. Also, I'm on a Scooby-Doo kick, and I've literally been like, I'm gonna watch like just anything Scooby-Doo I can, anything, and like this movie does not have a Blu-ray release. It was $3.74 at Walmart, so Scooby-Doo. Here we go. And by the way, it's not worth $3.74. If you see this movie for $1, don't watch it. Just I don't care if you can watch it for free or whatever. I don't care if you're kidnapped and have to watch this movie. Cover your eyes the whole time while you're kidnapped or something. Just don't watch this movie at all costs. So, some context, I guess, on what I think about the live-action Scooby-Doo movies, because this is kind of one of them. I didn't see the Mystery Begins one and the one where it's, what is it? The one where Velma turns into a frog, I think. I never watched that one. Never seen those. I like the first two because I think they're like entertainingly strange movies. They were actually gonna be like rated R parodies of Scooby-Doo, and you kind of can tell it's kind of been edited out, and it makes it all the more funny and ironic for me to watch. But also, I just like Scooby-Doo, and so I don't know. I just kind of have a soft spot for anything Scooby-Doo, except for this, because this is legitimately one of the worst films I've ever seen. But I guess this movie was released in 2018. Now, this is by a company called Blondie Productions. Fun fact, High School Musical, my favorite film franchise ever. That's not true. Not true. Yeah, you know, the actress who played Sharpay, I don't even care to even look up her name. I don't even know her name. I don't even care. She she runs this company who specializes in making movies for women. So, you know, she's a feminist, basically. And look, I don't care what you think about feminists or whatever. Here's my thing. You can make a movie starring females or whatever, but you gotta make a good movie. That's what really matters. It doesn't matter what it stars or whatever, but there are so many people and filmmakers out there, directors and studios going out there, and they're just making crap because there's not enough female movies starring females, which, okay, maybe there isn't out there, maybe there isn't, right? Okay, but every time they go out of their way to do this, making a good movie does not come first. It's just, let's make the stars female, or let's make this movie star a black person or whatever, or an Asian or whatever. You shouldn't try to do this if that's what your main goal is, just to have representation of this group. Because, yeah, wow, that's cool or whatever. It's dumb. And, you know, I was talking to a friend why I hate this idea, you know, but she was like, oh, well, you know, like, think about Miles Morales in the Spider-Verse movie. It's cool, like, some, you know, kid who's black can look at that and go, man, that's so cool, that guy looks like me. But, like, here's the thing. Spider-Man is a character that's not written to be unrelatable he's not written so only white people can relate to him. It's such a dumb thing, right? Because you don't need a character to look like you to be able to relate to him or her, and it's just dumb that this is a thing, that an argument we're even having. It's really stupid, and this company has not made one good movie, and this is no exception. This movie is not bad. I cannot state this enough, because it stars females. That's not why this movie is bad. First of all, like, what the hell is this? Okay, who wants to watch this? Okay, so Scooby-Doo, right? No Scooby, no Fred, no Shaggy. Okay, those are the, Scooby and Shaggy are what Scooby-Doo is. And you just take them out of here? Like, what is this? It's really stupid, and I don't understand why anyone would want to watch this. I love the tagline on this DVD cover. It says, "Before Scooby-Doo, these BFFs had a clue." You know what? That tagline is better than the entire script to this movie, though. The script here is horrible, and the performances here are horrible. Just everything about this movie is horrible. The first thing that really bothered me is how cheap this movie looks and is. I've seen Hallmark movies with smaller budgets and Disney Channel original movies that look better than this movie does. It is just like, the first shot is like a camera explaining the school and kind of why it has so many technological advancements and crap, blah 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 blah, right? That's the first shot. But it's like you're watching a really crappy YouTube video on your TV. It looks horrible. It is unbelievably bad. I cannot believe how poorly shot and sometimes edited. Like, the editing's usually alright in this, but like, it's not great, but it doesn't need to be. But it just, like, sometimes it's just really awkward, like they cut too early or something. But this school, the other thing that's weird about it is this school, right? They have all these weird technological advancements because they're trying to be all modern and cool, and it's like, who even cares? Like, why do you need to act like that? Okay, that they got like robots, and like the robot doesn't do anything cool throughout the movie. It's just kind of, oh, we got this robot. Wow, aren't we cool? We have all this cool technology. Like, what's the point of this? I mean, in some ways it factors into the plot, so I'm not going to spoil it because, listen, I'm going to tell you this, though. If you care about spoilers for Daphne and Velma, you need to either get a girlfriend, get a life, or get some serious help. Or you need to quit living in your mother's basement and watching my videos. Because seriously, there are so many better things you can do besides watch my review of Daphne and Velma, the cinematic classic. Oh my gosh. This is legitimately painful because this is just such a nothing movie, but I'm going to keep going. The acting here is really bad. You can tell, like, I can't. It's like Velma's like wearing a wig, and you can tell. And Daphne, the actress plays Daphne. It's not her real hair, and they're too old to be playing these high schoolers because, I mean, they just don't look like high schoolers. They just don't. They look like grown adults because they are. They were like, I think they were 22, each of them, while they were filming this movie, but they look like 22-year-olds, and you can feel it. And the script feels like it's written by like 30-year-old men who have no idea what women actually or women or high schoolers actually talk about, or what they're actually like. The script is horrible. Just every line of dialogue makes you go, who wrote this and why is it so bad? Have you never interacted with a real person, like, ever, or a real high schooler, or you're just like a 30-year-old dude? I think this movie's actually made by an all-female cast, if I'm not mistaken, because again, this company Blondie Productions is like specializes in making movies for women, because women love Scooby-Doo and they want to watch a movie about Daphne and Velma. That's what they were asking for. It's just like, who made this? It's just like, why? I guess they have a deal with Warner Brothers, so they're like, let's make this crap because our existence is sad, and we make these movies for nobody because nobody will watch this ever. My life is sad because I did watch it, but like just the acting, the performances, and just like, what always bothers me about like these movies that are made like this, or like they always have to insert some kind of like message about how females are strong. I'm like, does anybody really argue that females are not strong or intelligent in any way, unless you're like a major sexist? But like, that's unrealistic to real life, because there aren't, I mean, I'm not gonna say there aren't people that are like really sexist in real life, but like not enough that you run into them on a daily basis. Like, what the hell? Like, the plot about her dad. Her dad she's a spoiled rich girl, and her dad makes everything great for her, and she thinks she's this luckiest person until she realizes, oh, her dad's actually been making all this stuff happen this whole time, and now she has to set out there and prove herself. But like, I mean, that's not like a bad plot point, I guess. It's like whatever, but it's just like, you can tell it's inserted into this movie to make a statement. Like, females are strong, they can be independent, they don't need no man, even if it is their dad. Like, I don't understand this crap. I don't know why we do this. And really, if you're gonna make a movie to appease women, for women audiences, starring women, they deserve better treatment than this. They don't deserve to be treated like crap and have this movie just come out and go, here, there you go, a movie just came right out. That's where this movie came from. The fun fact, just a bunch of female writers just came into a room, and they just did that. And that's how this movie came into existence. Not true, but just like, seriously, this movie is so incredibly bad. I'm legitimately aggravated, because when I sat down to watch this movie, and I was kind of doing research while watching it, because I was just sitting there, and I'm like, man, this movie's so bad. Who wrote this? And I was looking up the director, the cast. I was watching some reviews, taking notes and things. And it's not like, when I was watching reviews, I was more so like taking notes of some of the information some of these people had. They weren't like really good reviews, honestly. I don't think they fully express what's wrong with this movie very well. But they made. But then I looked at the production company. I was like, oh, that makes sense why this movie's so bad. And it's just so bad. And it's bad in a way that shocks me, because like, this is what people think is acceptable. I'm tired of movies now, where we just decide, let's do the Ocean's movies now, like Ocean's 8, right? They just remake Ocean's 11. It's just Ocean's 11. That's all it is, except it's women now. It's just dumb. Like, why would you do that? You're going to remake a sexist movie like what men want, and make it an even more sexist movie and call it what women want? You're going to do Ghostbusters now, but with women, and then when nobody actually is mad that they're women, you're going to call everyone sexist so they don't want to see your movie? Like, why do we do this stuff, okay? It's such a bad practice. Just make a good movie. Okay, like, Alien's a good movie. Aliens is a good movie. Ripley is great in those movies, right? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, a great show, a great series. Stars women, excellent. This Spirited Away movie, excellent movie. Stars a female, I guess. I mean, I know that's more anime, but I'm just saying, there's tons of great stuff out there that I could think of You know, I mean, you could even say the new Tomb Raider movie if you want to say that. I don't want to say that, but you know, you could. You could say Wonder Woman, which, I mean, that's a character that's existed for decades now, you know? Just so many things out there. Like, I mean, even Disney movies now, like, they've felt like, man, we gotta make Elsa so independent and strong. And just like, it's not the fact that you're trying to appeal to a female demographic and have female characters, and because that can be admirable in some sense, but when you're going out of your way to like diss the men, like you look at the Harley Quinn stuff they've been doing at DC, like Birds of Prey, they haven't even done the most iconic point of her character, which is like the love story between her and Joker, and they've broken up before they've even been shown as like a real couple within the movies very well. And you know, like, because they gotta make her an independent female, and it's like, yeah, I mean, you can do that, but you gotta write a story first and actually figure things out. You know what I mean? It's just like a lot of this crap is just so bad because they don't care about making a good product, and they don't care about and when they don't care about making a good product, they end up treating the audience that they're aiming for like idiots. They end up treating anybody who isn't in their demographic who would wanted to watch this like an idiot, you know? They end up treating everyone like an idiot, even themselves involved with the project, because they just don't care about making a good movie. It's just about, let's appeal to a female demographic and make this crappy movie. No one should watch this. No one should even support these movies. If you don't like movies like this, you really need to say, Hollywood, I'm done. Now, of course, I am saying this and I am guilty of watching these things, but I will tell you this. I'm a critic. My job is to review movies. And there are people who agree with me. And if you agree with me, if you tend to agree with me the majority of the time, then you should take my advice, you know, not see these movies. My job is to tell people, hey, this thing isn't good. I don't recommend seeing it. If you choose to watch it, that's your business, but I'm recommending that you don't. And I will continue to voice my feelings on this stuff and say, hey, this is out there, don't see it. And if you decide to, that's your mistake, not mine. And just, this movie is a mistake and should be erased from the history books. I'm serious though, I will keep this movie. Because I collect Scooby-Doo stuff. I have a problem. I have a problem.